Okay. All right, we're gonna see if this works. Pardon the opening scuff. We're just gonna see if we're doing a little bit of a bit of setup. We're just gonna see if we're doing a little bit of oh, okay. I can be heard. That is usually the first thing to fuck up is a general lack of audio. Hmm. No dropped frames, 60 FPS. Whew, okay, we're entering uncharted territory. So, of course, Q. I have, welcome new audience. Pardon any, opening scuff. Combining this with, exit off a shift. But luckily, my internet should, in theory, be able to handle this. Theory. Oh, you know what? I'm fucking dumb. I'm real dumb. Alright. I'll let you guys look at that for a bit. While I frantically realize that I forgot to say that I'm live in other places. Which might be a little bit of an important thing to do when might be a little important to tell people that I'm live so that I can how may I have a means to God damn it. Okay. Here, let's go to my actual Twitch. And then we're going to copy URL. We're gonna do some things real quick. Just to make sure that starting this, I could see why streaming on one site didn't need the starting soon screen, but woof. I can see that now being an issue. You know what? Let's make like one singular like copy and pastable thing. plus starting Heavensward. Pardon the scuff. Alright. And I mean, obviously we gotta accompany it with our YouTube. Just make sure that I'm live there. Oh, thank goodness. All right. So, chat, or chats, should I say. How do you guys feel? How you guys doing? Having multiple ways to play should be good. It should be only like a minute more. I can vamp in the meantime. What is on my brain? You know, you can get like a 6-pack of you can get like a 6-pack of like yogurt covered peanuts. That's neat. I had like some chocolate yogurt covered peanuts. It was real good. The real anxiety is I can no longer tell if anyone's looking at me or not, which is fine because not that it was much different on Twitch. Because look, we taught a trained gibbon what does and doesn't count as a viewer on Twitch, and it shot itself. It proceeded to kill itself. Where? I'm trying to figure out where I'm even posting to. Wait, I don't use you that often, but I can hear. So perfect. I think that's most of the places where I wanted to post. There might be one or two that I'm... Might be a couple places I'm missing, but I think it's more important to actually just start the game. Yeah, quit that. Whoop. All right. Everything looks smooth on my end. It could be less smooth. Tell me if everything looks all right. I really want to know. Just for a quick rundown, we are playing a Viera White Mage. We just finished up Realm Reborn. And so Now we're going on to Heavensward. So I'll start Heavensward. Maybe. Actually, to give people some time to like filter in, let's actually let's do a side quest. Just to let people like let people filter in. The few that there may be. Slurp. Fuck you, unicorn! Laura, you could not have come at a better time. We have dire need of your aid. What is Heavensward? I guess we'll figure out. There isn't time to explain. No, but that trouble is afoot. I'd ask you to meet me at the Guardian Tree. It's good to see that you are still appearing in the overlay. Wait, is it gonna show... Oh, is it gonna show both chats? I wonder. If someone on YouTube chat typed, I wonder if it'll show their message too. Wait, where am I going? This way, I can't be fucked. The new world of possibilities. I'm figuring so much out. I might be like an actual, an actual streamer. Yeah, that's why we started a little bit on the later end, is because I was figuring out how to do multi-streaming, and I wanted to learn to do that before I started Heavensward. Because these streams do tend to be a little bit fun, and I kind of want to keep that up. And if I stream on YouTube, I don't need to worry about the absolute abysmal thing that is the Twitch stream to YouTube VOD pipeline. It could just be a YouTube stream, which will turn into a VOD, provided I don't, like, do a 12-hour stream. Which, like, yeah, provided I don't do what I did on my birthday. The birthday event. It should be fine for VODs. How fares the Great One? Unchanged from before, I'm afraid. He repeats the same words over and over. Then it falls to us to glean their meaning. Very well. Lore, you will recall we performed the quieting and quelled the Great One's rage. Since that day we have continued communing with him to ensure that all is well, and it was until recently. Wait, does this hotkey work? No, my usual hotkey to clear chat doesn't work. It's fine. We can roll with it. I mean, it might work. Well, the hotkey doesn't work. You. Hello, random guy. Ho, hello, bot. I'm going to fucking kill you. Where's my gun? You chose a great time to fuck around and find out, didn't you? Die to the Shadow Realm with you. Guess I'll have to keep the opera page up just in case. It seems a bot wants to get in on this. I'm afraid to say that an unsettling change came over the Great One some days ago. He has taken to repeating the same words to us. The taint floodeth the forest, its beating heart, to befoul? After some inquiries and research, we're able to learn that the Great One has spoken these words before, during the time of Atawakant. We don't need them. Yeah, fuck bots. Especially Shifter. But in a different way. I actually did an update of all of my friends' like reactive images for Discord. And so Shifters is gonna... I think Shifter had the most fun one because like I kept the robot aesthetic, but now the vents kind of make like a smoke, like make a beard out of the smoke. Instead of having like a metal beard, it's now made out of smoke. I'm like, good update. Willow got a new one to reflect that their style has changed completely. Since they tried their hand at streaming at one point, and then they kind of like fell off of it for a bit. They're still kind of like figuring themselves out. But like now they're like settled into a style. They're like, my shit does not fit for me anymore. I'm like, I should consider swapping your shit out then. I kept my younger brother's PNG mostly the same for the occasional time he pops up. And then the elusive Zaf. His is more or less just very similar. There were some big changes and some small changes. Everyone got an update, especially me. I had to... we're going to be making a tired emote for this PNG set soon. Because we had a poll on that. The runner-ups were tied between Rabbit... Or not Rabbit, Rat Girl alt. There was a Rat Girl alt and Lock-In. Anyways. Continuing back with the story. Immediately we were made to wonder. When Master Eitawa embarked upon his journey of healing, could his purpose have been to protect the forest from the taint of which the Great One now warns? We sought to delve further into this, but no accounts of Master Eitawa's journey are to be found at Stillglade Fane. Such records as exist are in the keeping of his foremost student, the mage who recovered his remains from Ogamaro. If he is still alive, he may be able to assist us. We have prepared a missive, and we would ask that you deliver it into his hands. After interring his beloved master, the man is said to have taken up residence at Fallgourd Float, that he might ever be near to tend the tomb. If he is there still, the locals should be able to point you to his direction. While you see to this task, my brother and I shall remain here and continue observing the Great One. My thanks in advance, Lore. Yeah, yeet. How far is Fallgourd? far enough that I'll just teleport. Fuck it. We have the money. We have the money. Bruising for a cruising. I pressed the wrong button. There we go. Bruising for a cruise. Too far away. Hello. You seek Master Eitawa's former student. I'm afraid he has departed for the realm yonder. His granddaughter now tends the tomb at Proud Creek in his stead. If truth be told, I'm worried about her. The area is thick with fiends, and even experienced wood whalers avoid venturing there unaccompanied. What was your quote? Oh, you know what? Something to level up our Lancer. That fella, I'm afraid he passed away some years ago. I remember him well, though. I took care of his master's tomb to the end. His granddaughter, Ishiva, tends to the place now, and she's been especially attentive since those accursed bandits came and defiled it. Interesting. I do like how... So... I do like the thing that is real funny about this is that brain, please do brain thing. Why did brain not do brain thing? Give me a second. I'm having a moment. Oh, yeah, it is kind of funny that the end of A Realm Reborn is just like, every nation state is kind of looking for, or you're considered wanted for regicide, and like every nation state is like, by the way, you could just walk into some of these places. You can, in fact, just walk into Oda. Master Eitawa's old student. I heard that someone's tending to the tomb, but it's a young maid, as I recall. Yep, we had to ask 3 people who all told me varying degrees of the same answer. Guy's dead. Their daughter, granddaughter took place. You have the funny marker over you. That means you get to die. Bada bing, bada kaboom. I need to manage my inventory. We're taking a trip to Smiggles. Oh. Is that just enough? No. Fiddlesticks. Oh, we need to kill 4 of them. You. One more? Yeah, we might run into it. Squint my eye. Yep. Run into one. You know what? Fuck it. You're accused of poisoning the Sultana even if you didn't do it. Yeah. It's like a wanted for regicide. And it's like, you could just walk into Ul'dah right now. And I just find that very funny. That you could just walk into Ul'dah after that. I mean, it would be kind of mean if they're like, hey, player character who decided to reside primarily in Oda, fuck you. You're not salty. No. Kind of look a little bit like the dock. In an abstract sense. Oh, they have... You know what? Makes sense that they have 360-degree vision. They don't have eyes. Not like they have to physically look at me, but, fuck you. It's still mean. Yeah, that poison is not one I could have used status removal on. Some big fucking creatures here. Those are some big fucking creatures now there, eh? Wait, why am I trying to, like, juke line of sight? They're fucking... You know what? Mine as well. Okay, I'm getting reamed. However, we're good. I might have eaten that. Nope. Aha, we're good. Thank you so much. So focused was I on tending the tomb, I failed to notice the fiends approaching me. What? You're searching for the granddaughter of Master Eitawa's former student? Then you need to search no more. I am a Shiva. Know that I have taken on my grandfather's responsibilities. If it is within my power to help the Seed Seers, then I should be glad to do so. The taint threatens the Twelveswood. Nafaka have mercy. As the Seed Seers have surmised, 'twas to purge the taint that Master Eitawa journeyed the length and breadth of the realm. Simply put, the taint is aether that has been befouled. If we are to be rid of it, we must find the source of the corruption and cleanse it. The question is, are the Seed Seers prepared to do as Master Eitawa once did? At any rate, it is best that I speak with them directly. I shall make my way to the Guardian Tree at once. Are they able to do what Master Eitawa once did? Throat the tree? What the fuck? Just as I was getting ready to leave, they warped some guys in. Anyways, hello Wood Whalers, they're about to get swarmed to death or some shit. Warrior of Light, everyone. over yonder. What the dog doing? I dub thee your Christian name, Brian Griffin. Good dog. You can in fact pet the dog. We must submit this to the can you pet the dog page. My thanks for finding a Shiva, Lore. She has told us all. If we're to protect the Twelveswood from the taint, we must needs deal with the corruption at its source. Is that the way of it? It is, and that is why Master Aitawa embarked upon his journey, heedless of his Pajali heritage. And yet Master Aitawa was no ordinary Pajal. We are duty-bound to remain in the forest. We cannot simply leave it. Lore, I'm loath to ask this of you, after all you've already done for us, but the preservation of the Twelveswood is at stake. You are not Pajali, and hence are not bound by the laws which bind us. Will you embark upon this quest in our stead? With all due respect, I cannot believe what I am hearing. You would entrust the fate of the forest to an adventure. Oh, okay, that's the fucking... I thought it was going to be like, oh, you two are being spineless, and not... Wait. You... Sorry, it was the racism, not the... It wasn't fuck tradition, it is fuck that bunny guy over there. Not romantically. Calm yourself, and know that Lore is no ordinary adventurer. Nay, he is a white mage true, chosen by Master Aitawa himself to be his successor. He bears his soul crystal and his legacy both. I have every confidence that you will be able to purge the taint. As such, I would join my voice to my brother's request. Master Aitawa's successor? That such an individual existed. I wish to make a request of my own. In his youth, my grandfather served Master Aitawa proudly, accompanying him wherever he went and assisting in purification rituals. It has ever been my desire to emulate my grandfather's deeds. If Lore is to undertake this quest to eliminate the taint, I would likewise accompany and assist him. Eliminating the taint is also what you do when you fuck femboy. Sorry, I had to. The journey will be fraught with peril. Are you willing to risk life and limb solely for the sake of emulating your grandfather? I am, my lady. But that is not the whole of it. I cannot sit idly by while a threat encroaches upon the Twelveswood. Fumbling the words, don't worry about it. It is our home, and each of us must do our part to protect it. apart. I see, your heart is true. Very well, assuming that Lore consents, and I see no reason why he would not. Okay, just making assumptions. You have our blessing to accompany him. The fate of the Twelveswood is in your hand. We pray for your success. We will need to make plans for the journey. Please come and see me at Fallgourd Float. Okay, go all the way back, bounce back and forth. You know what? Oh. Different hotkey. Oops. It appears I had a hotkey that... What hotkey? Okay, we need to find out what hotkey did that. Give me just a moment, just to make sure that... Oh. Okay. So the chat is working. It's just... I cannot see it. Huh. Or at least I cannot see my own messages. How very odd. Oh, sorry if you're a little confused. I'm doing a multi-stream test. And I'm making sure that the YouTube side of things isn't, like, broken. Oh, I see the issue. I see the issue. Twitch ping buggy or YouTube? It's neither. It's OBS. It's just that OBS is, I wouldn't be able to see live chat on YouTube unless it gets particularly full up. That is the, that's the gist of it. Yeah, technically neither. And they call themselves Padules. You wonder at my irritation, I shouldn't doubt. I suppose I ought to explain. You see, I was brought up on the tales of Master Aitawa's journeys, the suffering he endured for the sake of the Twelveswood. Young though I was deeply touched by his courage and sacrifice, and to this day his deeds remain close to my heart. That is why it irks me that the Seedseers would not lift a finger to help the forest. But thankfully, we have you. As Master Aitawa's chosen, you are far more dependable than any Padule alive. Now, let us speak of our journey. Grandfather left his records of Master Aitawa's journeys in my keeping. I shall scour them for clues as to where we must go. While I do this, pray attend to your own preparations. I shall be here when you're ready to strike out. Upon reaching level 52. Well, luckily, I've already done some leveling. And by that I mean I've just been using the same class. You come at a good time, Lore. I believe I found a clue in my grandfather's records. There's a passage which tells of the time when the taint reached the forest via a subterranean water vein. Master Aitawa traced it back to its source at Abalathia's spine, and there he purged the corruption. Lest you wonder, 'tis the mention of the water vein that interests me. Allow me to explain. Though the danger of Twelveswood has become so dire as to elicit empathic warnings from the Great One, none of the Paduls or hearers were aware of it. If we are to consider the Great One's warning that the taint shall flood the forest, I'm inclined to conclude that befouled ether is being conveyed via water veins. Years have passed since Master Aitawa purged the taint. A new source of corruption may well have manifested in the intervening time. First, I suggest we take our investigation to Central Highlands of to the Central Highlands of Coerthus, which form the southern edge of Abalathia's spine. Pray meet me at Camp Dragonhead. Oh, I can hear the tune being a little different because I guess it's now Heavensward. Well, in for a penny. Zed. There we go. Everything is frozen over. I've read about the snow-swept mountains of Coerthus, but no amount of reading can substitute for seeing. I have a confession to make. This is my very first time setting foot outside the Twelveswood. The experience is proving to be, at once, fascinating and frightening, but I digress. While I awaited your arrival, I spoke with some of the knights about water veins. They say that one passes beneath the area just south of here. The area happens to be thick with fiends, and these fiends happen to have grown unnaturally aggressive of late. I would wager that the taint is to blame for this. A short while ago, a band of knights departed for the area in question on a mission to cull the unruly creatures. Shall we go and join them? Perhaps. She's going Super Saiyan! My suspicions were correct. The taint has driven the fiends into a frenzy. Let us aid the knights, then see to the cleansing. Alright. It does kind of suck that you can't use AoEs on... You. Get up. Alrighty. We now have 2 guys for this. Lay down the stun. Oh, you guys have. There we go. They can gang up on that one, and that guy's good. Run hands. I trust you know what to do. Yeah, Xenoverse portal. It'd be way better if they just added those characters to the party. This energy, soothing and pure, is precisely as my grandfather wrote. And your crystal, your soul crystal, I believe it has taken on a new radiance. In all likelihood, the spirit of Master Eitawa within has bestowed upon you a greater power. I wonder, could it be the act of purifying serves to empower the White Mage? If this is true, it makes the Padgel's refusal to leave the forest even more incomprehensible. How long will they allow their laws to dictate their actions to the detriment of reason? At any rate, there's not more to do here. Let us return to Camp Dragonhead. Am I gonna get my gimmick? It is kind of funny though. It's like, I get a flattish soulless, and it's like, oh yeah, in order to use it, you need something called a lily. Which you won't have until Heavensward. Let us review what we've learned. As we suspected, the taint is being born along subterranean water veins. According to my grandfather's record, the headwater of the vein we just visited is situated further to the west. Unfortunately, it lies beyond the holy see of Ishgard, as foreigners will require special permission to pass through the city. I shall contact Stilglade Fane and request to have the Elder Seedseer issue us with the necessary papers. Of course, were one of the seats here, we would not have to go through all this hassle. I shall survey the lay of the land in order to ascertain our next destination. Meanwhile, I suggest you take time to accustom yourself to your newfound power. I shall be here, and when you're ready to resume our mission. Nice. Healing gauge unlocked. Displays the current number of lilies a white mage has accumulated. Accumulated while time passes. While engaged in combat, lilies are consumed by using the actions Afflatus Solus and Afflatus Rapture. Instant recast 90 seconds. How long does that... Oh, the 24 seconds. That's pretty good. Well, obviously, we gotta know what that looks like. Oh, it's a... Oh! I choose where to place it. I was like, is it just where I happen to be? Damn. So then... So you really do remember me. I'm so flattered. 2. That's fun. Now we could do the next one. And honestly, we probably should. Yeah, because it gives us the good stone. It gives us the good rock. I'm so terribly sorry for the wait, Lore. It has taken me a while, but our request to pass through Ishgard has been granted. We may now continue onto the Western Highlands. First, I suggest we make a brief stop in Falcon's Nest. If there's been an anomaly, the locals in the area might be able to tell us something. I don't think I'm allowed in yet, because I need to actually do the MSQ, lol. Ah, yes. You got me again, game. That said, probably would want to go over to Mordona real quick. Just a quick back and forth trip. You'll see why, and that is our inventory has 2 spaces in it. We need to dump some of that shit. And I know just the fluffy lad to do it. Alright, Smiggles, how you doing? That was for a friend. I could just have Smiggles hold on to it till then. I think that's good. There we go. We have multiplied our current inventory space by 10. And I am going to accelerate that just a wee bit more. Repair all the shit. Gonna sell our beans off. Did we not? Ah, wait, we have silver beans. There we go. And that's 3 more slots and a chunk of change. A right profitable venture. That's just a very fun spell. You could blast that in a low-level area. Wait, did I? Spent 100 gil to warp to exactly where I was. A less profitable venture. Only a 90-second cooldown. Damn. Great, sir. Shall I show you inside? Yes. Voice acting, voice acting, voice acting.
The dawn's light will shine again.
Oh my god, that's such a different voice actor. I mean, I kind of knew that they were going to change voices between A Realm Reborn and Heavensward. But man, is that going to take a bit to get used to. No longer Sam Riegel.
So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Wow, you sound cooler.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Oh, are you
Lord
the same?
Orchiffon.
Okay, so they didn't change his voice, I think.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
No voice, Tataru?
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
Does sound more boy-like.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the 3 of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
But I think I only think that because
Pray,
I know
consider our
Sam
manor
Riegel's
your new
voice.
headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
They really not just giving Tataru any lines?
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
This
The
isn't...
Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
Okay, so like... I can recognize that
To
Alphina's
Ishgard,
voice
then.
works.
Together.
Like, it
There
sounds
we shall carry
good.
on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
It's just so jarringly different. You have a voice. Oh my goodness, you do have a voice. I must go on ahead. Speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the Gate of Judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names and they will allow you to pass. Our manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then... Okay. We're gonna finally have access to the other healer class that I wish to play. And will likely level up as well at some point. It's gonna be like the 3 to 4 classes. Like the classes I'm messing with are gonna be like I might get Black Mage, Dragoon, like White Mage, Astrologian, and Gunbreaker might be like the stuff, like the things I feel like leveling for now. Wait, I must drop the actually, you know what? I could be a bit quirky. Let's see if there's any, like, anybody having a moment. I'm going the wrong way. Just to blast the entire area where, like, a player is just, like, doing their thing. It's like, behold, you are now in a divine Thunderdome. I don't think anyone's doing anything at the moment. No one's in the area. I can't just glass their area with healing. Such a massive AoE. I like it. It leaves a lot of room. I can still imagine the AoE not be like it's a good AoE. It's not too big where it's just like the entire arena, but it is big enough that like it gives characters some breathing room. Thunderdome. Wards of House Fortemps. Ah, yes, you may pass. Do you have an aetherite? Our characters damn well should
And
have.
so they came, at a friend's behest.
Holy shit, Alphino dressed for the occasion.
Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost, and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came.
Yeah, they damn well should let us in. We did save their fucking city.
To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Helone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church.
Hey there, Anadonia. How you doing?
The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and his companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
Greetings, Master Kyosen. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you would all come with me. Well, first things first. Let's attune to some Aetherites. Should I bring back to, like... You know what? We'll have a time for that bit later. Or at least in private. The classic, welcome to Coerthus, this place. But now we're at Ishgard proper, so... a little less. So you want to be a Machinist? Interesting. They have guns here. Huh. Feel like I should have taken full damage. Just because we're in a proper city, we're not allowed to just kerfluck and die. Are you there? Are you? Oh, they are throwing snowballs at me. That's neat. Wait, did I? Hopefully I attuned to either, right? Yep. Can I lock onto the children? No, I can't. I can't throw shit at them back. I recently unlocked and leveled Maximus. I think it's fun. I thought... Yeah, I do want to at least dabble in Machinus. Not as like a main thing, but just as like a... Just a joke. Just... Like, I have gear for it, somewhere. It's like, I think I have a gun. Yeah, I have a gun. But it's leveled for level 34. The blue. With the old new kitchen gun. Bang, bang! Okay, got a few things we want to do. Because this is like the bougie upper district. How are you liking White Mage / healing? I mean, I like healing. I like playing White Mage. I want to dabble into Astrologian. I think that's one that I want to like mess with. I at least want to like try Astrologian. It seems like a little bit closer to my sort of aesthetic. As someone who is paradoxically spited by but enjoys the concept of fate. I am possibly one of the most cursed lads in existence. It's sort of the Aizen from Tales of Berseria situation. I have bad luck, but I still gotta flip that coin. The Warrior of Light and its brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight. I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you my family home, Fort Thames Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made. You're such a sweet boy, Archivant.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing.
That is a look.
I, Count Edmond de Fortomp, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortomp, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Forton.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our
Forton.
gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
You saved the city.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think?
Perhaps.
Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
This is like the second time we went through a fucking mass
Full
extinction
Gladamite
event
age.
within our...
But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
The Scions have some bad luck. Oh, I hear a train coming. You know that thing where it's just like... It's like the world got fucked up because of the egregious misuse of black and white sorceries. And then me just using it to make the room shiny. Interesting. Interesting. Monk. Pugilist monk samurai. Huh. And I say, huh. What a wonderful time to ha. Oh. Ah, shit. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. It would seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall, of course, do as you suggest. Very well. Then my manservant shall accompany you. You'll be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. The documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. Here is your Pokemon Trainer badge. And your Pokedex. We have 3,000 Pokemon. All of them Ice type. Those are documents to identify you as wards of House Fortemps. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to trading with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind you that you remain under the protection of House Fortemps. But let us hope that it shall not come to that. Rest assured, we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Lord Tartaru, the city awaits. Let's go. I'll keep Tartaru's voice the same. It's entirely because she's short. She gets the short person voice. Ah, this is your first time in our fair city. Pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon. For once we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, 'tis only meet that you see it in the first place. I shall show you around the jeweled crozier. Crochet. Where you may purchase all manner of goods and services before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza, if there are no questions. We're at the brink of 55. Aha! Idiot! Heal! Thunderdome! Beat him up, open up! The Haplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Beg your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thorin's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Alphino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thorin, the first to put down Nidhogg, and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled crochet, I shall introduce you to Mistress Alaise, a master of the markets. I'm just gonna keep calling it crochet. I could be pronouncing it horrendously wrong, but like, who cares? Yeah, that is kind of a hazard, ain't it? Is this place built like Sharn from Eberron? Oh my goodness, it might be. Huh. Where it's like, hello, it is illegal to not have a Featherfall token on you. Because if you get drunk, you might send yourself careening down the fucking city. Where it's like, you are required to have a Featherfall token on your person. Oh, I can take damage here. I was wondering. I was like... Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... Yes, I speak Italian, I think. Wards of House Fortemps. How very interesting. Count Edmund has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you're content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable, Young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, arms, accoutrement, medicine, materials, whatever you desire, it can be found at the crochet. Our merchants will be more than happy to accompany you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetherite Plaza and Foundation, if everyone is ready. Maybe you should take the pot off there? No. This isn't for tea, this is for humidifying the market. Aetherite. Oh, let's chug some of that good shit. You know, when I was a kid, I used to, like, as one of my main forms of movement, I used to just skip. I still did up into going into work, but, like, I'm very sleep deprived, so normally I don't have the energy to skip. I get very worn down these days, but, like, I still do it from time to time. Just a weird, like, habitual thing where I just skip. And I like skipping too, because it felt like I was just keeping my momentum. Do I have... I do have the Aetherite there. I could have just taken the Aetherite there. Ah. Here you have Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If you've yet to attune to the Aetherite, it'd be wise to do so now. Where's something for... that? Rainbow cap of healing. Silly little guy cap. I love the silly little guy cap. Voice or no voice? As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together. What else can be found nearby? Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables where chocobos are trained for war also lie in that direction. I keep changing his voice up. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our knights most heavenly, while to the south and east, well, 'twould be best if you avoided that area. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alphino. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. It is I. You must judge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveler. Oh, come to see the sights, have you? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues. Well, if you have mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Knight. If your nursing maid'll let you. My humblest apologies, Master Alphino. Pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this forgotten knight for myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this lore. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. Sorry, my brain processed that as going to a brothel. I was like, wait, Alphino, you're too young for that. I was like, wait, no, hostelry. Different word. It's like... the rock eyebrow. For a second there. Like, wait, bruh? Alphino, I am personally banning you from or at least not to player knowledge. I'm like, the character is teenager, so that's... Look, get them education. And then, like, not encourage it or something. Just let that, whatever happens, happen. The parent thing of like, It's like, it is a teenager, so they probably would go around if there was teenagers their age. However, we're not here to deal with that. That seems like a Gordian knot that I'm thankfully not in a position to fucking interact with. That would be such a weird conversation to have. But I'm not a parent, so... Alright, son, I must tell you about the birds and the bees. Yeah, those are animals. Ah, fuck. Okay. Got me on that one. Knew where I was going. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party of fresh new faces in my tavern. We but arrived in Ishgard and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her more notable establishments, Master Gilberland. Just Gilberland will do. And I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise I'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Like Oda. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of clientele, I cannot help but notice a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye. Up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way or to or from somewhere else. Regulars maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom. They tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits, all quality mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do you call them the Broom, if I may ask? 'Cause when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick. It's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. It's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the walls and started tearing up the city, it was the broom that got the worst of it. While the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind. Which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below. And something sharp in your boot, just to be safe. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it'd be best if we return to Fortown Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. But, Miss Tantaru, I'm afraid that is out of the question. My lord, the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tataru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please, do you know how often I looked after the Waking Sands and the Rising Stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I've driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwanted advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. Well, that settles it then. Tataru, Lore and I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link pearl if you require assistance. I will. How much time has passed in game? Like in universe, how much time has passed? Because I assumed there was a little bit of a time skip between the two. The blessed wizard. Welcome home, Master Kyasen. Shall I show you inside the manor? You are dripped out of your goddamn mind. Tell us then, Master Alphino, did Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took. And when those steps, took me past the scars left by the wyverns and Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children were given no quarter. Sir Amric has ordered his knights to strengthen our defenses, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There's much to be done, Yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we can be of assistance, my lord. After all you've done for us, we would we would welcome any opportunity to repay your kindness. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. Your guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or line. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you're willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? I have a rat in my basement. It's level 1. From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove useful to us in our efforts to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. Though, I guess your last endeavor ended fucking horribly from the sounds of it. Trustworthy contacts, and what, like, all of your men backstabbed you? What a funny thing. Anyways, and you, Master Kyosen, I would ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a man with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Otterel and Amenelaine in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need for our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. Man or a fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work. Hold your tongues, by the fury. The two of you will conduct yourselves with the dignity befitting your station and show Master Kyosen the respect he deserves. This is the man who slew Gaius von Bowser and some half-dozen primals besides. He was not here to steal your glory or serve as your errand boy. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Master Kyosen, I would be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. Shift in my seat. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. Ella's in her fucking tall. Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortin has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so, he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, while simultaneously keeping his sons in check. It is an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who might know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Does the silly little guy hat? I need to put it on. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Snap into a glamour prism. How many glamour plates do we even have? Whatever. We sadly can't wear the silly little guy hat. I am bummed. Alright. You know what? This would be a good point to... We can go a little bit later than expected. Give me a moment. I'm gonna refill my drink. Alright, I'm back. I had a bit of a moment while I was away. And that is, I was like, damn, I don't have the tools to adjust the brakes of my bike currently. And then I realized, wait, I do, because they came with, the tool I needed that happened to be in just the perfect size to adjust the brake. A tool a tool I could use for that came with my swivel chair. I'm like, hell yeah. I can fix my brakes and not fucking die. It's like my $20 swivel chair I got on discount. Hell yeah. Shall we be off then, old boy? Ah, but where are my own manners? Not dying is good, thumbs up. Not dying is good. I make attempts. But where are my manners? A Monolaine de Forton, second son of Count Edmund de Forton. Trueborn, that is. Yes, yes, I know what you're thinking. And you're absolutely right. What ill fortune to be born second in a society where the eldest inherits all. Oh, my brother would never cut me off. 'Tis true, but who could be satisfied subsisting on a meager allowance, forever overshadowed by his sibling? Not I, old boy, not I. Which is why I need your help, to ensure that this business in the Sea of Clouds goes swimmingly, so that the tale of my great deeds can win me a place in the people's hearts, or better yet, raise me higher in their estimations than Arturel. Ambitious, I grant you, but then I do have a legendary hero to do my bidding. Oh, don't look at me that way. I jest. Anyway, we are to aid the good men and women of House Helenart. They have ever been steadfast friends to our house, though they've fallen on hard times since the calamity. Poor blighters. As for what precisely we'll be doing, well, what fun would it be if I told you everything in advance? Just come along with me to the airship landing. We'll need to take an airship to Camp Cloudtop. Ha ha ha. Oh, there are two quests. I can help both. Let us begin anew, Master Kyosen. I am Sir Arturel de Fortin, eldest son of Count Edmund de Fortin. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I mean, I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. Hartrefon has spoken of you often. If you are even half the man he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter of hand, we will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of House Durandare and Zezmel. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture. But we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must need secure transport the Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and foundation. Getting split up. Each of them grabs one of my arms and tug-of-wars me until I'm ripped in half, ripped asunder. I'm treated like a turkey. Whoever has the bigger chunk gets a wish. Cast in the name of God, ye not guilty. Wait. I mean, the stream's gonna be a little bit on the longer end anyways, you know, extra hour or so. I know what we can do. Yes, I know what we can do indeed. A dark spectacle. The Sacred Tribunal of Hellenic. Jeez. After witnessing a spectacle like that, every day seems rather dull in comparison. So you didn't see the trial earlier? Ah, your loss. If you would take me, the way that heretic swung, that slab of iron he called a sword, was a sight to behold. He couldn't have carried a shield if he wanted to. The blade was so big. He had to keep 2 hands on it at all times. I was amazed he managed to keep up with that temple knight for as long as he did. Fought like a demon from the deepest pits of the 7th hell, bellowing threats and working his arts. I wasn't sure what to make of it at first, but I heard someone say that he must be a dark knight. But you didn't hear that from me, huh? In fact, I'm sure I don't know anything about it. I will not press you for details yet. That's the Dark Knight quest line. I sure hope I know where I'm going. Whoops. What's your sign? Cute. Greetings and welcome to the Athenaeum Astrologicum. When will you start? What will we try first? Well, you see, I'm at the astrologian place. Greetings and welcome to the Athenaeum Astrologicum. Perhaps you were drawn by fate to this place of learning, or perhaps you will know of more of fate itself. Though, by the way, behind the scenes, I have been leveling up slowly whenever I have time to play the game. I have been getting into Dragoon. I also want to, for novelty alone, I want to get into Black Mage. But I don't think I've picked up Thaumaturgy just yet. Or I might have. It's whatever. I'll worry about some of the A Realm Reborn stuff on its own. I'm putting, I guess, a little bit of a I'm showing this one on stream because this one might be the replacement job to the one I'm currently playing. Or at the very least, I'll change between them. Like, swap between the two interchangeably. And you are wise to come hither, for in the stars are written the fates of every man and woman on Heidelin. Sorry, I swapped the billing, but Kazuya skimmed. I was like, wait, skip the word. It was there in the stars that I read a man would call upon the Athenium this very day. A man who would play an important role in my own life. Ah, but my apologies. Even the most skilled reader cannot scry a name from the heavens. Would you be so kind as to give me yours, so I might know who is to be my newest protege? Yes. Lore. Well, I was not expecting that. But what is a name but an attempt by our begetters to wield power over the lives of their sons and daughters? Lives whose paths have already been foretold. In a sense, that is. Because the name is just kind of convenient. It's very convenient to be able to refer to a specific person. Just a little thing. A name is a little important. It's good for specificity. My name is Jean Equinard de Dorendaire, and I am an astrologian for the Holy See. Remember that name, for it shall echo forevermore in the annals of Ishgardian history. Well, it will once I put it there. Once we put it there. Now, where to begin? I suppose I could consult my divining deck for an answer, but that'd be too easy now, wouldn't it? Very well, at the beginning it is. Astrology, or the reading of stars, is a branch of a theological science which originates in distant Charlayan. There have been astrologians in Ishgard for thousands of years, but it wasn't until 3 centuries ago, when Ardenel the Younger learned that the movement of the stars can be used to foresee the movements of the Dravadian horde, that the field became popular. Since then, what was once a single science has bifurcated into 2 similar, yet ultimately different schools of learning. The Charlayan school of astrology and the Ishgardian school, the former placing a focus on tapping celestial ether and transforming it into beneficial magics, or astromancy, the latter specializing solely in determining the actions of our dragon enemies to the north. I am a student of the former, the only student of the former here in Ishgard, and have been actively seeking a partner with whom to conduct my research. Let us just say that my fellow astrologians have been less than approving of my path, but that is simply because they are afraid of what they do not know. Once they do know of how Charlayan astrology can benefit the sea and its soldiers, they will feel foolish for ever having doubted me. Us. You will be joining me, will you not? Walking the path that has been laid before you, instead of stubbornly denying your fate, postponing the inevitable. I hear a train, let me just... We're good. I see you wasted no time in making your decision. Like I always say, the stars are never wrong. Alas, even a lifetime of study and training cannot unlock all the secrets written in the stars. Myself, I have been a student of the astromantic arts for more summers than I can count, and I often misread signs shown to me in the skies. Though my readings are far more accurate now than they were when I attended the Athenaeum in Charlayan. Not the Charlayan, mind you. The colony that once thrived in the Dravanian hinterlands. You can recall my time there like it was I can recall my time there like it was yesterday. The first 6 moons, I was not even allowed to touch the deck of 60. Let alone conduct a reading with the major arcana. Most of my time was spent in the scriptorium transcribing old tomes on astrological fundamentals such as the 6 elemental houses, divine duplicity, class triplicity, house modality and polarity, dignity versus detriment. I abhorred the task and would tirelessly pester my instructors as to when I might actually be granted the opportunity to weave a spell or perform a reading. It wasn't until the end of the 6th moon that I realized that transcribing had prepared me with the essentials I would need to do those very things. The positions of the celestial bodies within the 6 elemental houses and their relation to the major and minor arcana of the deck of 60, therein lie the secrets to tapping the ethereal power locked in the heavens. And soon you too shall become privy to these secrets. But not this day. No, I would not have you transcribe musty old tomes like I was once forced to do. No, the task I have for you is much more interesting. You see, I'm expecting the arrival of an important guest. My old mentor from the stadium has agreed to make the journey from the old world to Ishgard and speak with the Holy See regarding the implementation of Charlayan astrological techniques in city-state defense. Alas, the professor and his party are now fully 7 days late in arriving, and I have begun to worry for their safety. I should be much obliged, therefore, if you would inquire of the other astrologians here at the Athenaeum if they have heard of aught. Why would Lord Janaquinard think I had information on the whereabouts of a handful of unbelievers from across the blood-brine sea? I'm an astrologian, not a fortune teller. I cannot simply look to the stars and scribe the location of the Viscount's guests. Unless his guests are dragons, that is. I suppose if anyone knew aught, it would be the observatorium. We here at the Athenaeum are but students dedicated to research. Those with any influence in our field are assigned to the astroscope. Let us guess. The good Lord Janaquinard said he saw you in a vision and that the stars told him that you were to study Charlayan astrology with him. Am I close? You must be the 100th of his little pets to pester me this week alone. I harbor no ill will towards ignorant unbelievers unlucky enough to find themselves caught up in talk of stars and fortunes. But you may tell that sorry excuse for an astrologian for the umpteenth time that I have heard naught concerning his imaginary friends from faraway Charlayan. Just do not tell the Viscount I called him a sorry excuse for astrology, alright? Someone upstairs? Nope, it's someone outside. Someone in the goddamn walls! Janaquinard is still waiting for word on his missing Charlayan friends, instead of actually making an effort to find them, is he? Of course he is. Is it any wonder that in the nearly 15 years since his return from Charlayan, His skill in astromancy has remained unchanged. Any wonder that he has never yet managed to convince a single peer of the value of the Charlian school. He is a privileged little sprat who spends more time gazing at the stars in young maidens' eyes than actually trying to read the ones above his head. Alright. You can tell the old man I just returned from the observatorium, and one night at the communal feasting hall happened to overhear Chief Astrologian Voldemort speaking with one of his aides regarding Charlian. He is visibly upset, and I wasn't about to risk my career over something I cared little about, so I merely put my head down and ate my beet soup. But that is all I know. You did not hear it from me. Master Voldemort. And I thought this day could not get any worse. No. I'm not suggesting that meeting you in any way has been unfortunate. It's just that it may not be in our best interest to be seen together as of yet. There are certain people in the sea who do not approve of my studies. Couple that with the fact that you're an outsider and an unbeliever, and, well, people may come to the wrong conclusions. We must act with caution until we can prove that our intentions are just and for the good of all of Ishgard. So I must ask you to travel to the observatorium alone and meet me there. Where is that? Oh. Let's take a trip. I can feel myself getting something. Oof. I definitely need the. I think after the stream, I might take a rest, a little longer stream, and then EP. That sounds like a good plan. Have a little bit of fun, not overdo it too much. My winged little crack fiend. Wait. I must go now. My people need me. Are you not who I need to talk to? Okay, to the bottom then. Big heal. The dunce caps get me. Lord, allow me to apologize again for not accompanying you here. As for our business with the Chief Astrologian, you may leave the talking to me. Jenny Quinard. I might have known it would be you. Who else would be so indecent as to drag an outsider into this holy place of observation? You have always an unhealthy obsession with the foreign. Is why you are as worthless to the Athenium now as you were when you returned from that heathen city a decade and a half since. But the stars, they can serve us in other ways than merely revealing when the Horde would attack. Their powers can be tapped. The ether within can be used for. The ether should be left as is. Has history taught you naught about the folly of the Nimians, the Andapori, the Machi? Mine uncle, the Charlians have been wielding astromancy for ages without disrupting ethereal balance. This power combined with Shgardian astrology could be what is needed to turn the tide of this 1,000-year conflict. Moreover, I have reason to believe that our masters at the Vault agree, as they have given me their blessing to continue my research. I did not come to trade barbs with you, Nuncle. Let us save that for another time. I am here because it has come to my attention that you may have information as to the whereabouts of Professor Mace and his party from Charlian. For someone who says he is not here to trade barbs, you've been quite generous in your dealing of them today. If it means you will leave and allow me to continue my work, then I'd be more than happy to let you know that what information found its way to my desk just yesterday morn. Serpent Reaver sightings and foul weather prevented the professor's ship from entering the Strait of Murthor, where they would have made their way up the Maiden and into Coerthas. After detouring around the south of Vilbrin, they finally disembarked at Vesper Bay, where they took the land route along the Royal Elegant Sunway to the Black Shroud. It is there, it seems, they lost their way. A lost astrologian. It is as my reading predicted. Dalamode was in detriment in the House of the Spire while ascending over the ecliptic. Lore, you must journey to the Black Shroud and assist Professor Mace. Allow me to introduce you to Quimperrain. He is my personal manservant and shall accompany you. This guy? Which guy? The guy in the dunce cap, the guy in the monocle, or the knight? It is my pleasure to serve you, my lord. I shall make haste for Quarryville and await you there. Yeah, he can get flashbanged. Wait, let's comedically just flashbang. A lost astrologian. Oh, a blind astrologian. Well, obviously we gotta. I realize we have a lot of HP. I remember when I only had triple digits. My lord, I have questioned the residents of this hamlet and learned that a party of queerly dressed outsiders passed through not but a bell ago. It should not prove overly difficult to find them now. But before we begin, might I ask a moment of your time? I would not utter aught ill of my master, but his recent fixation with finding a protege, I believe it ill-considered. This passion, however pure, has left him with more than one enemy within the astrological community. Lord Forlamort has seen to this. I fear not only for how his name might be sullied, but for his life. I beg you, pray do not drag him any further down into this quagmire. Let him quietly dabble in his dream. Let it remain that, a dream. No good will come from encouraging him. It will only hurt the Viscount and his family. You must remember that while I serve Lord Janequinard, it is his uncle, the Count, who employs me. Now, as for the task at hand, I suggest we find the wayward travelers and hurry back to our respective hearths. I shall lead. Might I ask you to take the rear? See that none might take us unawares. Do we get a fight? These are the Charlians we seek, and it appears that they have found themselves some trouble. Unhand my grandfather. Ah, feisty. We'll fetch a fine price for that one from the pleasure barge captains. Oh my god, this skittle is glowing. The soul has spoken. Grab the old man. These wizard types carry on them all manner of bemaggoted baubles and golden trinkets. Up or I'll toss you to the snakes. You want to see this old man again? You leave us the girl. Try anything and he's dead. Wait. I didn't know what voice to give her. I just should. Grandfather's soul crystal. Why would he leave it here, surrendering any power he might have had to free himself from those bandits? Unless you're the one he saw in the reading before we left the old world. But that was more than a moon ago. My father scried from the cards that he might serve as the bridge for countless souls to be passed to another. Might you be that other? These men of the forest are careless. Tracking them will be no difficult feat. I shall follow and strike before they have time to regroup in numbers. The stars have spoken and laid their path not before you, but before the adventure here. The fuck? Eat this. Eat this. It is the most delicious rock you have ever seen. You must take the soul of the astrologian and place it near your heart. via consumption. Eat that fucking thing. Listen to the tales of those who walked before you, those who ate the skittle. Know them. As for the tools you require and the knowledge needed to wield them, I, Leviva, shall see to those matters. After you eat the fucking skittle. You saw there was no fear in my grandfather's eyes when the bandits took him, and that is because he has seen you come to his rescue. Our lives were written in the stars long before we trod upon this land. It is not by chance you stand here today with the soul of the astrologian in your hand. It is fate. Consume it. Consume it. Consume it, you stupid idiot. You stupid boy. All right. Do I not have a weapon? Oh. I do not. Wait, I do have a weapon. Huh. Let's get decent. Been a while since I had to wear, like, the lower level gear. There we go. That looks better. Just getting all our gear equipped. Not below level 30, but it is a good ring. Probably one of my better rings in terms of just that, yeah. Whoop. Whoop. Arcana gauge allows you to keep track of which card is drawn using the draw gauge and is placed in the middle of the gauge. Using the play command, executes the corresponding action. So, a little bit of practice, shall we? Okay, on aspected damage, benefic, combust. We have most of our bread and butter spells, they're just a little different. Draw a card. The Bowl. Increases damage dealt by a party member or self by 6%. If the target is a ranged DPS or healer, or 3% for all other rolls. So green tree, DPS or healer buff. Now listen, we haven't much time. The star globe which you hold is both your sword and shield. It will grant you strength as well as protection. But most important of all, it will grant you insight into the current location of the stars, enabling you to channel the heavens' ether into your body for use in all manner of magic. The better attuned you become with the heavens and their malefic and benefic bodies, the better that ether might be manipulated to bring forth succor or pain. But you already know, the star globe is not only it's not the only tool an astromancer has at his disposal. Yes, the arcana, or more specifically, the 6 major arcana play a defining role in what type of astrologian you will become. Any layman will tell you that the cards can predict a man's future. This is both true and untrue. It is not the future that the card predicts, but the cards influencing the man, so that a certain future becomes more attainable. Seeking to tell a man's fortune, you draw a card from your deck. Upon reading the card, you scry that the man will be victorious in a coming battle. What is it that brings this man his victory but aether tapped from one of the 6 lower heavens, granting the man strength, making it all that much easier for him to overcome his enemy? Of course, what card is drawn is linked directly to the target's destiny, as well as yours. Are you the one who will see this man to fortune, or will you lead him to downfall? It all depends on your reading. Normally, I would not dare cover so much in a first lesson, but it is my grandfather who has placed his life in your hands, and I'm not about to watch him have his throat slit because you cannot tell the face of an arcana from its back. We have 2 seemingly capable soldiers here to take the brunt of the bandits' blows. Allow them to carve a trail of carnage while you convince the stars to nudge the 2 in a direction favorable to my kin. I understand that this will be a lot to digest, but if you're ever to become a capable astrologian, you must believe in the path laid out before you, and in your power to read it, follow it, and ultimately control it. Take your time to acclimate yourself to your new abilities and let me know when you are ready to begin. You learned all the... Undraw puts card back into deck. Benefic 2. Essential Dignity. Restores HP. Potency increases up to 900% as the target's HP decreases, reaching its maximum value when they have 30% or less HP. So stronger when they have lower health. Got it. Good for my playstyle. Light speed reduces cast times for all spells by 2.5 seconds. Duration, 15 seconds. Okay, that's swift cast, which we would get normally. So that's our version of swift, or not swift cast. It's the other thing that makes us cast faster as a healer. Let's fuck around with this hotbar real quick. Character. Unlock. There we go. putting this back where I intended. Unaspected BOT. Heal. I think this setup will do for now. Presence of mind is what I was thinking of. In your eyes, I see in your eyes that you're ready. Whether that actually makes you ready or not, only time will tell. Time, unfortunately, is something we no longer have in abundance. Let us take to the shadows and find out where these bandits are holding my grandfather. May the stars be our guide. Let's fucking go. Ah, they reset my fucking card. D-Bass or healer? Whoop. Benefit? Leaving us a trail to follow. Its power is now your own. Ah, we're getting more cards. Oh, you guys are following me. Okay. Oh. Oh. Combust. Take a little bit of getting used to. Really, guys? Okay, wrong spell. Oh, you fucking flooded the chat. What is it? So prison mind? Light speed only reduces cast times, allowing spells. Cast time split 20, but also reduces, giving you the opportunity to heal or deal damage more. Light speed only, allowing most spells to become instant cast, like Swift Cast. Oh, okay, I see the difference, because it's just a straight reduction, not a 20%. It's just a static reduction. That is actually really helpful. So it'd be like... I'd have to practice it. Why are you guys the most useless fucking bodyguards? Thank you. You pieces of shit. That is better. Okay, thank you. It appears I have been hit with a... Oh, I forgot this has a way longer recast timer. We'll put that there. Can you guys help? They have that. DPS or tank. Oh, there's a card over there. Okay. Ah, they replaced. Well, good to learn that then, and not later. So we can do that. You will be given your health back. I was not told there would be 2 astrologians. Enough of this. I am Quimbrain, in the employment of House Genequinard. I am sent to escort you back to Isgard. Are you unhurt, my lord? Genequinard, you say? And where's my former student? His constant pestering is one of the reasons I agreed to make the long trip from the old world. I see none but Quimberlane in this adventurer. I too see no other. Just like you didn't see those bandits until their knives were up our asses. But that is of no matter. It's all as the stars foretold. Yes, I saw this adventurer long before even setting foot on this accursed continent, when the Arcana whispered to me and told me I would find a worthy successor for my soul crystal. And having witnessed how he eased into his new role, but mere moments after taking up the crystal globe and deck, yes, I knew once my reading was true, and that this adventurer was the astrologian I had been seeking. But now, let us see if he has the potential for greatness within him. I'm going to tase you. It will be funny. Look to the skies, Lore, and there you'll see 6 stars aglow in pale yellow. That is the bowl. Bullshit. This constellation is thought to be the gate to the first heaven. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Look like a little star. The heaven which holds the world tree, planted by the matron and nurtured by the keeper. The world tree is the source from which all life is said to have sprung. The trunk of the world tree, or the bowl, grants strength to the weak, allowing them to stand firm in the face of adversity. That looks nothing like a tree. You've now opened that gate, and its power is yours to command. A solid ball represents a solid foundation. It is not coincidence that this very constellation is risen to mid-heaven at this very moment, the moment of a new astrologian's birth. And to think I saw all of this a mood ago. It seems I'm a better reader of fates than I thought. But I jest. It's been a long journey, with more than its share of unexpected excitement. I am an old man, and one does not need a deck of Arcana to see that my weary legs will not carry me much longer. Let us make haste all the way to Ishgard, so I may give that ungrateful Janet Quinard a proper upbraiding. I'm going to beat him with a pipe until he becomes smarter. Yeah, okay. Teleport? I'm going to smack some brain cells into that boy. Now I've smacked the brains out of him, I'm going to replace it with spaghetti. A proper alternative. It is the alternative of Min. We have no need for our brains, merely the spaghetti. I play Summon Skull. Oh, draw gives back 5% MP. Oh, that's cool. I mean, it isn't much, but like, the fact that it gives us back something. Janet Quinard, 15 summers passed and still the flippant clod I lost half of my hair tutoring, sending an adventurer to find the man you summoned halfway across Heidelin. Always taking the easy route, and you wonder why you still haven't been able to open the second Heaven's Gate. Allow me to explain, Professor. You see, I was waiting here in case you made it to Ishgard before my manservant-in-law could locate you. Think of the confusion had you arrived here only to find the Athenaeum empty. Oh, wait, how do you know I haven't opened all the gates? My grandfather is the greatest astrologian in all of Sharlayan. There is naught he doesn't know unless he doesn't wish to know it. He even knows how often you scrub your foreskin. And I have to say, it's not enough, good sir. Be better. Be better. You of all people should know that. Perhaps it was my hasty decision to remain here and see to your... Well, perhaps I was hasty in my decision to remain here and see to your training. Train me? You? But what of Professor Mace? Isn't that why he made the journey? My grandfather already completed his task. He simply came to Ishgard out of courtesy to an old pupil, one who appeared he wasted years on. Wasted? What are you implying, milady? Oh, my dear Laviva, you still do not see it, do you? Without Jennequinard stumbling into my tutelage nearly 2 decades past, he would have never have taken this adventurer under his wing and sent him to us in his stead. It was as the stars had planned. You, my friend, are the fuck-up. The fuck-up and the first domino. Nothing more. The stars saw you as the Dan Hibiki of astrologians, and you should... you should get comfortable with that. Your soul crystal, Professor. This adventure has stolen your soul of the astrologian. Ever the unobservant, John. If this adventure had stolen my crystal, Laviva would have read up some terrible fate for the lad. No, Lore is my successor. Everything I mistakenly thought you might be. But even I cannot see every future, it seems. You fucking disappointment. If it wasn't for your important role in this part of the story, I would have had the hindsight to tell your mother to swallow you. But don't despair. I have not given up on you completely. Despite your failings, you have tried your best to promote the Charlian school of astrology. Here in the dens of fools who fail to see art in all beyond the Dragon Star. And I wish to see you continue that fight. And that is why I bade Laviva to remain here and further your and this adventurer's training. I see. This is all rather overwhelming. Might I have some time to consider your words? Go ahead. It won't change the fact that you're the Dan Hibiki of astrologians, and you should get comfortable with that. No. You either continue your training with me and your protege, or you crawl back to obscurity. I shall give you both several turns of the sun to study the basics of Charlian astrology. It should not be so hard for you, Jennequinard, considering you've had a substantial head start. Once you've committed the basics to memory, then return here. In the meantime, I'll be traveling Eorzea, searching for locations where Lore and you will unlock the remaining Heaven's Gates. But you were recently set upon by bandits. Perhaps traveling alone so soon is unwise. Don't you think I know that? That is why you'll be lending me the services of your able manservant, Quimberain. What? Honey, if you thought you were getting something, this is NTR. Sorry, I had to... Ugh. I will. Yes, of course, Laviva. Anything for the granddaughter of Charlian's finest professor of astrology, Quimberain. You heard the lady? Oh God, he's cordial. And so much cooler than me. Very well, I shall see my grandfather to the airship landing now, but rest assured that if you neglect your studies, I will know. Look at this. Look at this health pool. Triple digits only. horrendous. However, I think that's where we're going to be ending this stream. A little bit of a rough start, all things considered, but, well, rough start, but in terms of, like, me running, like, a stream on multiple websites at the same time for the first time, I think this probably turned out well. I mean, it's not like I can't really see the other chat that well. But, like, hey, I'll probably be continuing to do this in this style from now on. It does mean that I have to be a little bit, I guess, I might have to put a little bit more prep than usual. So, I might move back the stream like 30 minutes than usual. If I can get the streams prepped before then, I will. But like every type of stream I have, I'll want to make a thumbnail for. So it will require me to be a little bit more thoughtful with how I do my stuff. Anyways, just a little role for the potential new people viewing and the like. You can find me on Twitter, co-host, Twitch if you're on YouTube, and YouTube if you're on Twitch, Newgrounds, and what else am I on? I think that's it. I think. Anyways, I will do art, and I'll be updating this model soon. Well, okay, we're already in the middle of an update. It's just I will be adding more emotes and stuff to this particular version. Keep you posted, and I'll likely see you guys on Friday. To continue playing FF14 on Friday, or to do something else. I might. I'm doing a little bit of consideration. I know I did start a fresh Baldur's Gate 3 run. I mean, we only did one stream with it. We could do another Baldur's Gate 3. Just start up a fresh file. I'd have to consider. I'd have to figure out what I want to do. I could continue playing Neptunia, which is possible, but like, I kind of wouldn't want to just randomly put that onto my YouTube, because it is kind of one of the most dogshit RPGs I've ever played. However, it's like Vegemite, you kind of want more. Anyhow, goodbye. We'll figure something out on Friday, but I'll be back Friday. Something will be here Friday. And yeet.